Alright, YouTube, what's up? Back with another video. Today, we're gonna do some arms. It's probably gonna be a quick one today because I gotta go to work after this. So today I'll superset back and forth between biceps and triceps. Or the other way around. I'll do a tricep first and a bicep. But the arms, I don't think that's a big deal because it's not very taxing to train, so that's what I usually do anyways. And it should only take me about, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes, not too long. So as we just set up here, I'm gonna start with the cable push down right here. I've been doing these a lot recently. I really like these. Good stretch, a big contraction at the bottom. When I'm doing these, then bend elbow, extend all the way, pull that rope apart. As I'm starting real light just to get blood in there. You'll see too. I'll probably my tempo will probably be a little bit faster, just because I only got about an hour to train where I gotta go in. So we'll get moving pretty quick here. But like I said, with arms, it's not really a big deal because they're not very taxing to train. Pretty easy to train. Definitely the easiest body part, I would say. So I'll just, for the first few, I'll just go back and forth. Then once I start actually getting to the sets, I'll probably take a little bit of a longer break. But for now, just getting warmed up. So we're just gonna keep moving. It's on these. Really just trying to bend the elbow. See a lot of people way out here doing this shit. You're getting no stretch at all. So if you come in, bring the elbows back just a little bit. You don't gotta have them. I mean, you can if you want. You want to make it as hard as possible, but I like to bring them in right at my side. I like to tell people is think of it like a door hinge. How it just swings back and forth, but nothing's moving. So think of your elbow as a hinge. So just bending, pushing through. I know I see a lot of people, oh, you don't gotta. I've seen this too. Pulling the rope apart does nothing. Well, if you actually do it, you can feel the difference. So you can argue with me. You can argue that. Can't really argue that. Yeah, just really get to the bottom, pulling it apart. Yeah, so something, if you do something and you feel it more, but someone else says it doesn't work, well, just because it doesn't work for them doesn't mean it's not gonna work for you. Same thing on biceps here. I like to extend the arms out a little bit. I don't keep them back here. You're not really getting any stretch in your bicep. And kind of let the shoulders relax down. Keep your arms in front of you. Just curl up and through. Then when I'm coming down, I'm not dropping down here, keeping everything out here. So kind of almost extending out. You really feel that stretch a lot more. So with arms are my strongest body part. I've never really had to, do anything crazy to really grow them. Just train them consistently, and hard. I still train them hard, but you see today I only do about probably three exercises for each, maybe four, just because they're already getting hit indirectly on other days anyways. Your chest days, your triceps getting hit, your shoulder days if you're pressing, triceps getting hit, back days, your biceps getting hit. So, yeah, you're not directly training them, but they're still working on those days. Still warming up, getting blood in there. I said I'll just gradually move down until I get a weight where I take it all the way to failure, and then probably back it off and do another one. So when you're curling too, don't have your elbows way flared out here. I like to curl everything almost in straight lines. And then I like to curl through the bottom part of my hand. I feel like I'm moving. Feel it more. Almost trying to twist. Twist and you come up. You feel that contract, that P contraction more. If you just do that, go straight up and then turn your hand in, your bicep will automatically contract more. It's already getting pretty pumped. Go ahead and move this one too. Both arms too. I don't see a reason to go super heavy. Not like you can on this stack. This one of the heaviest stacks I've used. Some stacks, on triceps you can put the whole stack on, but good luck with this one. Yeah, but for these, I like to put my hands in here, just kind of resting. Not squeezing the life out of it. My hands are just kind of sitting in there, and then just moving through tricep, letting it roll up a little bit, pushing down and through. On my way out here doing this, you're not getting any stretch. So I like to pull it down, kind of lock in the back a little bit, and go. Alright, so the video cut out. I was doing my set of biceps. Alright, go ahead and go up. Right here. Do another set. So, a little bit heavier now. See how this goes? So I like to bring it down first, like I was saying. Bring the elbows back a little bit. Now we're set in. Go ahead and drop here just to really get a good pump. When I get really pumped, it gets really hard to extend all the way. I can still stretch. It fucking hurts. Yeah, towards the end there, you start dying. You can't even move your arm down. So I'm lighting it up with 2 plates. Really try to extend and squeeze. The fucking sick pump. So we'll go straight into these. No rest. I need. I'm on my first set. Extend. Go up. Whew. Fucking pumped. So I won't do a drop set here. I'll do a reverse on the next exercise that I do. I'll do a drop on biceps and then just straight sets with triceps. Alright. Now we'll get into some dumbbell work. So I think a really underrated exercise. I'm gonna use this bench for biceps and triceps. But is an incline curl. The stretch you get on these is pretty crazy. To feel it out, we'll start with 25s. And for arms, you don't need to be moving mass amounts of weights. You know, I don't think that's necessary for arm growth. So on these, turn them out, sit back. Not here, not sitting up. You're not getting that stretch. You're not gonna get the same stretch with everything. Your shoulders back and your arms way back here. And for these, you can do them both at the same time. But for me, I prefer to do one, kind of lean into it and just roll right up into it. And like I said earlier, I'm curling with this part of my hand, trying to twist up and through. Like I said, just do this. Just try this. Curl up when I sit over there, and just turn your arm out. I don't know if you can see that, but just by turning my wrist out, my bicep contracts harder. So I'm doing this. It's the same concept here. You'll see me almost turn the dumbbell up top. I don't know. Yeah, so pretty fucking pumped off 25-pound dumbbells. So I can come in here and swing around, which I've done it before. Swing around a bunch of weight, but it's not fucking necessary. You won't have arms if you do that unless you have good arm genetics like I do, and just arms grow from anything. There's a point where I didn't even do an arm day, for a while, and the arms, they were still growing just from the little work I was doing at the end of sessions. So I would do one or two exercises and that'd be it. But kind of doing with my schedule now, I try to keep my workouts to an hour and a half. And if you're throwing arms in at the end, it drags out to 2 hours, for me at least. So we'll go ahead and do like a dumbbell skull crusher. So for these, weights up, I put my hand at the bottom of the dumbbell. When I come down, same thing, elbows like a door hinge, drop them straight down, stretch, stand up. Come all the way down. You can even pause that stretch. Extend. Yeah, so those are pretty light. Go ahead and go up. Go 30s. Oof. The biggest thing I see the problem is with arm training is, like I've been saying, people are just trying to use way too much weight for no fucking reason. And they got no arms. And for arms, I think there's a little things make a big difference. Like just thinking of when you're doing triceps. All I'm thinking the whole time is elbow bend. Just bend at the elbow, bend at the elbow, bend at the elbow. I'm not trying to move my arm. Thinking of my arms somewhat pretty much. It's gonna move a little bit, when I roll through. But for the most part, I'm thinking bend, bend elbow, and then for biceps, it's kind of almost like the same thing. We're thinking extend when I come down, not here dropping down because you're not really getting a stretch. Extend your arm, you can feel the stretch a lot more. You bring it out here, you're not gonna feel it as much. So that's kind of what I think when I'm doing these. And then, like I said, the whole turning your wrist in. I'm gonna lower this incline a little bit, make it a little bit harder. That's gonna make it harder. I'm gonna be able to, just to get my arms farther back and extend. And then I think a big problem with biceps is there's people aren't stretching because they're right here and they're just in this motion. They're not extending out. Fucking back itches. Yeah, if you're still having trouble, grow your arms. When you're doing, 20 fucking sets for arms, maybe tone that down a bit, a little bit less. And then, everything is based on genetics. So if you have terrible insertions, your arms are only going to get so big anyways. Lucky for me, I have very short biceps. so they peak very well, which is a good thing. Whereas there's guys with longer bicep heads, but they're not gonna peak as well. That's gonna appear. See, my biceps appear bigger than they actually are. That's what bodybuilding really comes down to, is appearing bigger than you actually are. It's all an illusion. That's the whole goal. Appear as big as possible. See, I do it sometimes where I sit up here. It makes it easier. But you sit all the way back, it really makes everything hard. Even just by keeping your head back. Fuck. Some arms get pumped really fast, so like I said, it does not take a lot for me with arms. Even when I'm dieting and I'm on 0 carb, I can still get an arm pump. But with that being said, with back, if I'm on 0 carb, I'm not getting no fucking back pump. I'll be lucky if I do. Whereas arms, I can always come in no matter what and get a pump. That's also what, if you listen to a lot of guys, things that they connect well with and get a pump, pretty quick with, typically are their best body parts. So like for me, it's my arms and my legs. I'm like I said in another video, I'm limb dominant, so I can come in and get a hamstring pump now, no problem. Get a quad pump, no problem. But with chest, I struggle a little bit with chest, shoulders, and the back. So my torso is where I struggle, which everybody's gonna have their weaker body parts unless you're the best in the world. The best in the world, typically, that's what makes them the best in the world. They have everything. Oh. Oh shit. Yeah, pretty fucking pumped. Not gonna lie. So that was 2 sets there. So with arms too, you could really do your whole arm workout just on cables. I do that sometimes. And then there's sometimes where I'll do my whole arm workout on dumbbells only, just depends on how I'm feeling that day or what I want to do. And for arms too, you're not going to be making massive weight progressions like you would with, a squat or a dumbbell press or, any type of really big, heavy compound movement. So, I think you need to come in and try and progress, on curls or your tricep extensions. I mean, your arms aren't growing, and you're coming in using light ass pussy weight. Some people might look at that as lightweight, but maybe try and do like a compound movement for your triceps. So a big one is I like to do sometimes on the Smith machine is like a modified close grip press. So you just gotta try different things and learn what works for you. But we'll go ahead and do one more right here. I'll just stay with the 30s again. I'm not trying to fucking break any records. Yeah, what sucks, I gotta go to work after this. It's fucking almost 6 o'clock. You know. Hopefully I only gotta work this job for a year. Trying to get myself out of debt, pay everything off, and then if I can make this whole YouTube and social media thing eventually work, then that's what I'll do. Also like to start training people again in person, but right now with how my schedule is, my time is very limited. All I really do on when I'm not at work or here is you know either eating or sleeping, and then on my days off, you know, same shit. Maybe I'll play a little video games just to, but hopefully the schedule changes next month with us going back to a different rotation. But if you ever work swing shift, you'll know it's pretty rough on your body. But I know, like I said, it's not gonna be forever. So like I said, right now I'm just trying to get out of debt, which I should be able to do by the end of this year, and then hopefully keep producing content and then start training people again. Fuck. Oh shit. Yeah, so the goal with business long term is keep doing this, but eventually I want to open a public gym for sure. That's a goal of mine. With the spot we have now, it's not big enough to be public, and then with the whole, I don't really, trust people to come in here and respect the shit, so we don't really allow people to come in, and just work out on their own time. So that's a big thing. Plus, we just like to keep it right now for ourselves. But like I said, in the future, I want to definitely have my own gym. That's the goal. I know they don't make money, but it'd still be nice to have a place where people can come and train. Because I know a lot of gyms nowadays they aren't really bodybuilder friendly. And then plus with this, it's private, so I can, do shit like this. If I was in a public setting, I wouldn't be setting up a tripod in the middle of the gym. That's for sure. I know it's content area, you gotta get content out, but still, like I said, if I didn't have this, I probably, or most definitely would not be filming this shit. Come on. Oh shit. Whew. Yeah, pretty smoked. Like I said, 2 exercises in. My arms are they're pretty much almost there. I don't need to do 20, 30 sets. I did that when I was younger. I used to do that for a lot of things. I would just come in, you know, 10 exercises, you know, 5, 3 to 5 sets on each, it adds up, but over time, as you get better at lifting and feeling things more, learning how to make things harder, you don't really need to do all that. So we'll go ahead and do something of what I'm going to do next. Okay, I know. I'm going to do I've been working in the lengthened position with the biceps. I'm going to do a seated, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. Curls. So I'll show you how I set that up. And then for triceps, I think I don't need, the every mostly everything for triceps is you're gonna have to get a stretch, a big stretch. But thinking I'll do a single arm push down for the triceps because I can set that up, set both of those movements up on the same cable. Go ahead, set up for that. All right. Now we're gonna work in the shortened position. So I don't know. I guess you could call it I don't even know. Lee Priest used to do these back in the day, so we'll call it a Lee Priest curl. I don't think he made it up, but that's what I'm gonna call it. Right here, I like to scoot forward, just come in and contract. And so that one's hitting first. I gotta just slide over a little bit. Yes, on these, here I'm just front double, give you a quick pump check so you can see, my biceps are on the shorter end, so you can see the section, they peak up pretty well. And then when I get super lean, which, again, is a genetic thing, I have a split, so you don't see that a lot. Whereas, you know, if you look at guys like Ronnie Coleman, the bicep will peak. I don't have a peak on top. That's the split I'm talking about. I'm lucky enough to have that. So now we'll go over here on these. I'm not gonna hold the handle. Hold the ball right here. Throw it down. So you see, I'm just here, arms back a little bit, so I can get a pretty good stretch. Lean forward a bit, extend and flex, flex, flex. You know, just trying to mimic that side tricep pose. So go ahead and go over here so you can see on the left side. Yeah, so on these, I'm just thinking how I'm hitting the shot on stage, you know, and really just trying to get as much blood in the arms as I can now. Finish them off. Only got about 15 more minutes. I gotta go. I woke up about. I got home maybe a little after 7:15. You know, I'll put in. I'll get in my last meal, which is right now. I just do a shake, just because I'm going to bed right after. I don't want to eat a massive meal then try to go and sleep. It's not optimal. And then, you know, right now I'm having to. You know, my sleep has never been the best. So with the schedule, surprisingly though, it's not too bad. The worst days are when I transition, when I have to transition to night. Transitioning back to days is actually pretty easy for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm already tired. So basically, I'll get off on my last day, or my third day, which is my day before I get the 48 hours off. Explain it to you. So on Thursday night, I'll go in and get off Friday morning. So I'll be off Friday. They call it off on Friday. So I'll just sleep, you know. Lately I've been with the like I said I'll probably be sleeping. I'll when I get home, you know, it does not take me long to go to sleep. So I'm probably dead asleep by 8 and then wake up, you know, 3:30, 3:30. So that's 7.5. There's been times where I've waken up after 4, so I mean I'm still getting my 7 to 8 hours in. I'm not saying it's still not hard, you know, harder on the body. It's definitely not optimal, but and then I'll typically wake up, you know, drink water, get a meal in, wait about an hour, train day, like today. Like on my days, I transition from a day shift to night shift or night shift to day shift. That's usually when I'll take my days off, just because it is a little bit harder for me to train on those days. I'm typically a lot more tired. You gotta wake up, eat that meal, wait about an hour, come here, train, and you know, into a 12-hour shift, you don't really have time to do shit else, and then go straight to work. Fuck. I have a flavor in there. Fuck. This on these. Really just trying to pin that elbow back, keep it back. With two arms, it's a little bit harder. Another big thing I preach on arms is doing things in straight lines. So when you're pressing, doing it in a straight line. When you're curling in a straight line, you know. Just try that, you know. Your arms are way out here. I feel like you're gonna put a lot of strain on your elbow, and you're not contracting as much, in my opinion, or how I feel it. So just keep everything nice, straight. I'm trying to go as straight as I can. Oh shit! I didn't have a plate on this side. Probably do one more set, and then we'll be good. So about 9 sets for both. All I really need right now. But I'm about to go. I just started back up with test. So I'm back on that. I took about, I think it was 12 weeks off, completely off, nothing. I didn't PCT or anything. I've never done that before. I usually cruise in between, but I just wanted to try it, see how it felt. I would definitely say it doesn't feel good at all. These last 12 weeks, everything's gone to shit. Mood, energy, everything. Strength. But with me just starting back up, I'm gonna get back into it. So how we do it is titrate up. So the first week I'll start with 125, let that sit in, and then I'll up it to 250, and then you know titrate up from there. And then with test I don't think I've ever gone above 300 on test. So again, everything goes well, I'm gonna in the off season I'll only use test, and then my contest preps I've used test Mastron and Anavar. That's all I've used for those. Yeah, Mastron and Anavar I haven't used, and then I'll use, and then my fat burner is usually Clan. Just to put this into perspective, last prep I took 10 micrograms of Clan and I got into that shape. So if you're doing the work, you really don't need a lot. It doesn't take a lot unless you're really trying to push it to that top level. But yes, you know, there's obviously some guys that are pushing it at the top, but there's also freaks that don't need a lot that are probably taking less than your average gym bro, and they're 4 times the size. So just put that in perspective when you're setting your shit up. So I'll do a drop here and having to finish the biceps off. So I did a drop on the first exercise on triceps, so I'll do a drop here. If your cable machine doesn't go far enough back, you slide back a little bit. I'll do one more here. And I'll finish our triceps and then we'll be good. Gotta head out. Arms are pretty pumped. And then we'll finish here with the tricep. We'll just do a straight set. Once my recovery capacity goes up, you know, I'll be able to do a little bit more, but not too much. That's all. Finish up right here. And then I'll probably finish the video out in the car on my way to work. Pretty good pump, not too bad. Alright, yeah, so that was a nice little arm day for you. I typically look at arm days as, you know, basically an extra, an active rest day, you know. So they're not hard to train at all. They're not taxing. It's not like doing a squat movement or anything like that. You can see I only did, what, like 9 sets, something like that. So that's all my arms don't need a lot of attention. That's not what's lacking. What's lacking is chest, shoulders, and back. So that's what I typically give most of my attention to and save my CNS for those days. And now I'm on my way to work. It's about 6:30 right now. So we work from 7 to 7, so whether that's day or night, we go in go in at 7 at night, leave at 7 in the morning, or you go in at 7 a.m., leave at 7 at night. So, it's a long fucking day. You gotta, if you're trying to do the whole bodybuilding thing and do this, it is pretty hard, but you gotta put your priorities, first. So, I'm not going out. I've never done that anyways, but I'm not doing all that shit. I'm not, staying up, not sleeping, or not still trying to prioritize my sleep the best I can. Like I said, I'm still sleeping. It's just your circadian rhythm never gets set, so it's still hard on the body. I'm not saying, but I'm still resting. Like I said, on my days off, I'm not doing anything. I'm resting. I'm sitting at home all day. I'm not doing shit. So, I mean, if you can do that, then manage that, then you should be all right. It's still not optimal for sure, but science says all this shit, but what is really optimal? There's guys that don't do anything optimal, but still grow like a weed. So it's like you just gotta do the best, with what you can. Yeah, with being prepared and shit, you gotta prepare food. I eat 5 meals a day right now, so I already ate 1 meal, and like I said, I got 3 meals in my bag prepped. And with the way where I'm at in the company is, I'm in a forklift, so it's not like, and it's not a small forklift, it's a big, if maybe I'll put a picture up, some big Taylor lift. So it's in a cab, so I'm not like exposed to the elements, but I am getting in and out, the whole shift for the most part. There's some days where I'll sit in it the whole time, but there's no really, you don't get like a break outside of the lift. You're in the lift the whole shift, so I'll eat my meals in there, eat them cold. It doesn't really bother me. So just, like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do, figure it out. If you really want it, you can find a way to do it. There's people that work a lot more than me, and they still figure out ways to do it. How, I don't know, but like I said, even working this schedule is pretty fucking tough on me. But I don't have a college degree or anything, and I wouldn't say I'm like business savvy. I don't have my own business, so this is like, with this job is, I can't make this type of money just walking into somewhere, so, and then, in this fucking economy, I'm not even really getting into that, but how expensive shit is, fucking 40,000-50,000 years ain't gonna, cut it no more. You ain't doing shit on that. So, like I said, I did make some poor decisions when I was younger. I kind of not got a car, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. I'll never do that again. I plan on getting rid of, once I pay this down enough, I'm gonna trade it in and get something a lot cheaper on insurance, cheaper on gas, so that way I can just save. And then I think that's what I've learned over the past few weeks. That's a big problem with people have, is just racking up debt for dumb shit like car payments, like I've done, and then they wonder why they have no money. So, and expensive insurance, new cars, insurance is expensive. Older cars, do my old truck. I think I paid like $60 a month, but for some reason I thought I needed a new car, even though my old truck still ran. But I was young. But like I said, you live and you learn. I'm still young, 24, so I got time to fix it. Except hopefully this content, doing content, and then, like I said, eventually transitioning into doing something else that I actually like doing. That's the goal. But for right now, we'll just do this, I know it's not, yeah, but most people are content, don't want to keep progressing and do things outside of their job to find a way to, make more money or be on your own. And people say that you can't buy happiness. Well, I think that's true to some extent. It's also, if you're smart with your money, it's nice to know that you're not gonna, if something happens, you're not gonna drown from it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But luckily with my drive, I'm almost already at work, so it's about 10 minutes from the gym, and then the gym's about 2 minutes from the house. So that's nice. Not using a lot of gas to drive everywhere and shit. Yeah, if you don't know, I work at a steel mill. It's called Gerdau. It's a pretty big company. Produce steel. Basically, what I do is I'm in logistics. So, like I said, I operate the big tailored forklifts. Basically, there's four different things you can do, or 4 different jobs that you're doing, or different locations that you can work at. The way our crew works is there's 5 of us, and we just rotate. Everybody just rotates usually to a different location every shift, and then basically 2 of the locations, the steel comes fresh off the mill, basically in bundles. Take it off. It comes out on chains. So there's about 6 chains it comes out on. Pushes the steel out. Basically, all you do is pick it up, take it off the chains, set it down, then throw these steel. It's almost like channel. It's called dunnage. Basically, you throw it on there, and then lift it up, back up, put it on a truck. The truck takes it to the yard, and then the yard guy unloads it and stacks it in the yard. And yeah, that's basically the gist of the job. Like I said, it's not a super hard job. It's not super labor intensive. I'm not on my feet for 12 hours, which is nice. So that helps too. But being here for 12 hours is definitely not fun. But like I said, I make it do. So we're rolling up right now. So I'll probably end the video right there. But yeah, just thanks for watching. Let me know what y'all want to see in the future. I'm gonna start doing some more content, different things, food videos, shit like that. Just let me know what y'all want to see. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, family. Peace.